Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Just want to do my post-fight thoughts on Katlyn Chookagian versus Jojo Calderwood. Like I said, my prediction, of course I was wrong. Katlyn Chookagian, she won the fight, unanimous decision. I think it was a pretty close, competitive fight, but there was just so many things that Jojo should have done in this fight just to get it in the bag, just to keep the fight in the bag. Because once you have your rhythm and you have some advantages over a fighter, you gotta you gotta keep that going, but you also gotta take your opponent's weapon away. Like, you could have a really good jab and really good power and be hurting another fighter, but if they continue to do what they do, it's going to be considered a competitive fight amongst the judges. So in this fight, JoJo, I felt like what she was establishing, she should have did that and then some. She shouldn't have just been kind of sitting back thinking that she had the fight won, or feeling like what Katlyn wasn't doing was enough, because Katlyn was still getting a lot of work done in this fight. But looking back at the fight, man, first of all, I gotta say, in the first round, the highlight was JoJo, her inside leg kick. I felt like she was establishing a very good leg kick on the inside, and it was really smacking. It was really smacking Katlyn. It was really turning her, tearing up her leg. You could really see that was kind of disrupting her rhythm, but Katlyn really wasn't totally disrupted by it, because she was still finding her own ways to score. She was getting her jab in. She was trying to use her own high kicks to try to get on to get in on JoJo and slow her down. She was kind of switching up, trying to get to the body, get to the head, but the head kicks from Katlyn weren't really landing, because JoJo was able to block some and duck some as well. But Katlyn, what was really working for Kate was her ones and twos. Whenever JoJo would kind of sit back and wait, Katlyn would take the leg kick and then still come in with like some ones and twos, trying to really get her boxing and her striking going, which was crazy, because I felt like JoJo has the better stand-up, but Katlyn was really using what worked for her. She saw the openings that JoJo was leaving, so she was starting to land that jab. But overall, like I said, I got to say the highlight in that first round was just JoJo, her inside leg kick. She was just really like smacking away, man. And she would use it to the leg, and then she would kick to the body. She was really using it like a very, very good solid jab, and it was doing its damage on Katlyn. But like I said, Katlyn was really staying active in the first round. By the last few seconds, that rhythm that Katlyn was picking up in the last few seconds with those right hands, she started cracking JoJo with some good right hands. That was the rhythm that was going to take her into the second round and the third round. But second round, man, this round I really have to say that I have to give this one to Katlyn. I felt like Katlyn was really starting to pick up. She was starting to be a little bit more active. Only thing I feel like Katlyn was really kind of telegraphing the body kick. That's why when she started throwing those body kicks, JoJo caught one and she got a good takedown again. JoJo, she wasn't really able to do much, but it still counts as a takedown. And when she got her down, Katlyn was still, she's still pretty good on the ground, so she was able to get back up and get her back to the fence and get right back to her rhythm of being in the center of the ring and being the stand-up fighter, which is crazy again, because I felt like Katlyn would want to take it to the ground more so and not stand up with JoJo, but she was matching JoJo and she was standing there with her. JoJo, I felt, was landing some good singles, but the thing I wanted to see her do was kind of pick it up and start putting her punches together and stop taking those right hands from Katlyn. Katlyn was really landing a lot of right hands, and the thing is, Katlyn isn't a better striker, but JoJo, if you stand there and square it up, just trying to get some takedowns now, you're going to get hit, especially, like I said, an average striker. If they see you leaving these openings, your left hand down and you're just squared up, you're still going to get hit. And Katlyn, she was able to just let her jabs and right hands go at times and kind of mark JoJo up in that second round. But close to the last minute, JoJo, she caught another leg kick from Katlyn, who was kind of throwing these telegraph kicks, which was another mistake that Katlyn was making. But JoJo, she didn't take that full advantage of it, man. Like, if she grabbed the leg a few times, she should have came back with some good counter hits, or take her down to the ground and keep control. But Katlyn was more in control on her back when she got taken down. She was landing little strikes to JoJo, and she was kind of marking her up on her back. Though she was down, she was still fighting JoJo. But at the end of that round, I could see JoJo landing something big, because Katlyn had like a little big hematoma on the left side of her head. But I still have to give that round to Katlyn, because I felt like she had that high guard and she was kind of wrapping JoJo up in the triangle to kind of keep JoJo neutral while she worked. So again, JoJo, she got two good takedowns in the round, but I feel like Katlyn kind of controlled the majority of the minutes of the round with her striking, and I feel like she was more effective in there. But going by the judges in this one, they really weren't looking at takedowns. They were looking at striking, because usually it's the other way around. But I had to give that round to Katlyn. Round 3, this one was a tough one. Katlyn, she started off fast. She started letting off shots. She was really fighting with urgency in this fight, as opposed to her fight with Jessica Eye. She started off big, landing on the right hand again. Katlyn mostly moving around now, still trying to move around, land some standard ground, land more shots. JoJo was waiting a little bit. She was still landing that leg kick, popping that leg kick off, but not as much. Like I really wanted to see JoJo follow up with something after that leg kick. Once she lands that, she had to find the distance with the right hand, because she was actually missing her right hand a few times in this fight, which was crazy. I felt like JoJo had to get that jab out there, that measuring stick, and then close that distance to get her right hand in there, because JoJo has the power, but she didn't really sit down on anything too heavy in this fight. I think she was kind of focused too much on the ground and just that that single leg kick that was coming periodically in the rounds. But JoJo really, to me, had to make something big happen in this fight, because in this round, because I felt like Katlyn was just staying a lot more active. She was cracking JoJo with those right hands, man, and JoJo just kept the left hand down. So I felt like Katlyn really was kind of taking advantages, just some easy striking, stepping side to side, just stealing a lot of the minutes, while JoJo was kind of sitting back and just not staying as active, just landing the single shots. But towards the end of the round, JoJo started clowning around a little bit at the end of the third round. I don't really know why, because honestly, that wasn't really her thing, and I really feel like Katlyn was there to be hit. I don't know if JoJo was getting frustrated or felt like she had to fight in the bag, but this fight was not in the bag. This fight was very close. It was very competitive. So going back, I have to say I gave the first round to Joanne. Second round, I gave the Katlyn off for her striking and her control in the second round. But the third round, damn, if I had to lean, like I said, I'm a fan of JoJo, but I'm gonna have to say I think Katlyn won it by the judges. I could see JoJo winning the third round, but I would have to say the activity was probably what stole it for Katlyn. Katlyn stole it with that activity, controlling more in the rounds. But, JoJo was able to get those takedowns in. She had more takedowns, of course, a lot more leg kicks, but the more effective up top striking that a lot of people, I think, the judges saw went to Katlyn. She was busting JoJo up a little bit, nose bleeding and just getting marked up. And that's something JoJo got to work on. Don't take hits. And something she said in her previous interview before the fight was that, Katlyn's a boring fighter, doesn't like to stand in there, and doesn't really like to engage. Well, it's not all about engaging. MMA is still a chess match, just like boxing. You got to be able to, hit and not get hit. It ain't about trading or making an exciting fight if you want to make it to the top. It's about doing what you got to do to win a fight. And I felt like that's what Katlyn did in this fight. She adjusted to what JoJo was doing, and she felt like if JoJo squared up, I'm going to just land more shots. So I have to say, that's just kind of a wrong mental thinking, if you want to get to that top level. You can't, it ain't all about making an exciting fight or going in there trading or taking a punch or proving you could take a punch. You got to move your head, and that's something Calderwood didn't do enough of in this fight. She didn't move her head enough. She was taking too many shots to prove she could take a punch and then try to get off her own. But not everybody's going to be like that. Your opponent, shit, if you give them a free shot, they'll take it. But when you try to give them one, they'll be gone. You know what I mean? They're not there to be countered back. So, they're there to win. But overall, man, I think it was a good competitive fight. Very good competitive fight between two top flyweight fighters. But I have to say that the one score was that was a bullshit score, that 30-27. I felt like, JoJo at least got the one round. She could have got the third round. But, yeah, definitely a competitive fight. It wasn't close. It wasn't a complete shutout like that. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think should happen from here. I think that Katlyn Chookagian, she does deserve a shot at the title now. She still is at that top. And, this kind of corrects her wrong with the Jessica Eye performance. I don't know what the hell she was doing in that Jessica Eye performance, but this fight definitely kind of makes up for it to me. As for JoJo, I would like to see her fight the loser, of course, Jessica Eye now. Since Valentina, took her out, I'd like to see her fight somebody on that level now. But, yeah, let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of this fight. Very good competitive fight. Like I said, I was a fan of JoJo. I still am, but I have to say that, she didn't bank rounds like she should have or close the show. But, yeah, that's all I got on this one, guys. Make sure I subscribe. Combo Breaking 99. I'm out. Peace.